How's it going, everybody? It's Steven from Alpha Canine here. We're just going to quickly show you how to start building the command and foundation of place. Whether it's a puppy, older dog, doesn't matter the breed, just going to show you and break down how to build this behavior, which ultimately could be spread to so many other behaviors. So we have Ghost. We have Ghost here to help us out. Ghost is about 5 months right now. Probably close to getting to 6. So he's gonna help us show you guys on how to instill place. Place is a great command to have with your dog, especially for those, which is a common issue, when you start to have guests in the house and your dog is all over the place, on top of your people, on top of you. It starts to build that good structure, keeping them in a certain spot and knowing that they got to remain in that spot when you give that command. Now, it takes time to definitely build duration in this position, in this command, but today we're just going to show you on how to just introduce it to your dog and start getting them to understand and know what the command is, how I like to introduce it to dogs in the beginning, and then kind of briefly talk about how we can build upon it from there. Put them on a lead. With the lead, it's going to help you guide them, but as well as so your puppy doesn't keep running off every single time. So put them on a lead. Now we're going to use this platform to skid with plywood on top of it. Mind you, you probably won't be using something like this. This is very large, so it's going to be very easy for him to jump onto it. You'll probably want to use something like their bed, a cot, blanket, a mat. It doesn't matter what it is. You can start with something like a mat, as flat and low to the ground, but then over time you want to start to progress and show your dogs different pictures of what place is. So that might end up starting to be like a park bench, the stones at the park, maybe on top of a car hood, whatever it is, right? But we definitely want to start basic. Okay, we want to start at a very small level, and then we could build them up. So whatever piece of item you want to use in your house is totally fine, okay? So to start, you have your dog on your lead, you're gonna have some food. I like to train Ghost with his kibble, so it's very easy. So what I'm gonna do with the lead, depending on the dog, I'm gonna lure them a bit into that position of place. I'm not gonna use the word just yet. So I'm gonna lead him on there. Good boy. And I'm gonna mark that behavior. As soon as he gets on there, I'm gonna mark it. We have our lead, we have a leash on our dog. Now, something that's very, very important when it comes to building this behavior, or any behaviors for that matter, is you need to develop a marker. Your terminal marker, people say terminal marker, condition reinforcer, marker, doesn't matter what term you use. Essentially what I mean by that is you wanna develop this cue word, sound, whatever it is, phrase, that every time that cue comes about, the dog immediately understands that reward is coming, okay? So how you first start that off is through some classical conditioning, and that's something if you guys wanna know more about, you let us know in the comment section, shoot us a message and we'll produce a video on that. But you're gonna classically condition your dog to a neutral stimulus, okay? That they're gonna start to understand that, hey, every time I hear this, I know I'm getting something like this, reward, okay? And then when you change it when you classically condition them to that marker, whatever it is, then you can start using that marker as a tool when you're operantly conditioning and operantly training your dog, okay? So with Ghost, he's good on the clicker, so a clicker is a good example of a marker, but he's also good with a phrase that I use. It's kind of a sound, it's like chip, and he knows that he's getting rewarded, okay? So with that marker, we head to the spot, okay? So again, we're gonna guide him onto the spot. He's gonna do it. So we just did that first round of it. Good boy. I'm gonna pay, I'm gonna take him off. So again, in the beginning, we're not using the term. I want my dog to get used to getting on whatever it is you're using at home. Even if your dog's a little unsure of what's going on or what you're doing, if you could get your dog to even put one paw on that place marker, that's where you're gonna start, okay? We're gonna shape that behavior, okay? Get there. There might be some platforms that you might be using, park bench, whatever it is, that are maybe higher, wider, smaller. That makes your dog a little awkward or doesn't really know how to maneuver or adjust to it. That's fine. What you're gonna do is you're gonna mark every single small step until the dog understands, well, one, the dog's like, okay, this thing's not gonna kill me. But two, they start to get the bigger picture each time you progressively do baby puppy steps. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna lead him to the part, and I'm gonna mark it. Okay? Good boy. Now, what's gonna happen now is now I'm gonna instill the word that I wanna use. Again, you can say place, you can call it something in German, Spanish, doesn't really matter. So the timing goes as such. It's cue word. If you have to lure, then lure, given that the dog's still learning the command. So cue word, lure, mark, then pay. Place, lure, good boy. Right, so the timing, I'm gonna be making it very strategic and very specific, very detail oriented, okay? I'm gonna be doing this 100 times, probably more, until he really understands what I'm asking him to do, right? So I'm going to come here, place, good boy. So even this time I didn't use my hand, I just moved with my foot. So I'm kind of in that sense right there, fading and phasing out my hand lure, right? So just a subtle step, and then it's getting him there. But again, I'm saying the command, then subtle step, commits to behavior, mark, pay, okay? Place. Alright, so we'll do that a couple more times. Place. Good boy. Good. So again, the fact that I don't have to bring my hand out to lure him, it's good, right? We want to stay on this train here, okay? Place. Good boy. Good boy. Put my hand by my side this time. Different picture. Okay, I'm going to give him a different picture. Place. Good boy. Again, this is the first time he's done this. It's the first time we've done this together, and he's never done it with this this thing at all as well. So again, it's going to take time, but you just got to know you got to do it over and over and over and over and be consistent with that. Place. I hope that was very helpful. It was very straight to the point, very easy, things you could do at home, anywhere. Again, with anything, you know, you gotta make your training sessions very consistent. We like to explain to our clients and people that are training their dogs at home is that we need to have clear, concise, and consistent communication with our dog. So we want to make things very clear and very concise and very consistent every single time. One, for their success, but two, to allow them to take in this information and to learn at whatever pace your dog is at. Again, I appreciate you guys watching this. If you have any other questions, suggestions, hit us in the comments. Subscribe, as we're now going to be starting to pump up a lot of videos like this. Appreciate you guys watching this. Until next time.